And then we get to the last team in the NFL. We get to the brand new Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right. We're at the end of where I review every single NFL team. We're at the Philadelphia Eagles, and you look at their season. Again, they had some big losses going into this season. Huge losses. When you had Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelce leave on that offensive in that offensive on that offensive line, on that defensive line. That was a big kind of loss for both guys. Jason Kelce's been Super Bowl champ. He's been the guy. Jason Kelce's been there a number of years. Same with Fletcher Cox. He's been there a number of years as well. So again, you had two big losses in this season. And then you look at really how this team started. Didn't have the best of starts to the season. A lot of people they had a 2-1 start. They beat the Packers in Brazil. No, the Packers. Yeah, they beat the Packers in Brazil, and they're 2-1. So they don't have a good start to the season. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, Nick Sirianni's got to go." Even I was saying that. Like, is it time maybe Sirianni moves on? As he took this team far as he could, and again, he proved us wrong. And defensively, they were good. Again, I want to say I said it when I did my review of the Super Bowl. Vic Fangio, the in-game defensive plan he had in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Vic Fangio, again, he's been around for a hot minute in the NFL. He's been with the Bears and stuff, and he's been wherever. He's been everywhere. And also, I'm glad that he got a ring. I'm glad that because again, his in-game management on that defense side of the ball was really fantastic on the night. And then Keelan Moore, like he had a standout performance as well, leading to the Super Bowl in those playoff games and in the regular season after that kind of rocky start they had. He did well in the Super Bowl offensively. The game plan was great with Keelan Moore, and after that, after the Super Bowl, he was hired as the new head coach for the Saints. So kind of a loss there for Keelan Moore, but and then this is what I like about the Eagles' front office. Like, they have a GM, Howie Roseman, that knows what the fuck he's doing, knows how to build a team. You look at a lot of these GMs today in the NFL, that the Ryan Pauls of the world and all these other fucking dumb GMs who are like, oh, we're going to trade up with Montez Sweat and all this bullshit. And it's like, it doesn't work. But you look at how he's Roseman, and he's done great. Like, during the 2024 off season, he traded for Saquon Barkley and for Saquon Barkley. So again, you look at an offensive line, Saquon Barkley, and you've got AJ Brown, who you got traded a couple of years ago. I think again, just two great additions on that team. And then you add on the addition to draft when you drafted Jalen Hurts a number of years ago from Texas. Like, that was fantastic business. Look, and a lot of people rank Jalen Hurts up. Oh, he's not the guy. He's not the guy. He is the guy. Passing yards. Jalen Hurts had over 2,903 passing yards. You had for rushing yards, they had 2,000 and over 2,000 rushing yards. Receiving yards, 1,079. And then you had points for. They had the 7th best offense in the league. Again, especially with the start that they had, they finished off pretty well. Passing yards, 32 out of 32. Again, the last in passing yards. Again, pointing to address that, and it has to address that in the offseason. Passing was 32 out of 32. No, passing yards. Rushing yards was passing was 32 out of 32. Rushing, they were second in rushing. Points against, they was second in the defense as well. And Vic Fangio again, great stuff he was doing with this defense. They have about 70 million in cap space, so again they have a pretty much they've got a bit of cap space that they can play with and see what they need in the off season. But again, I'm looking at this team now. They have to build on this. They have to build on winning the championship. But again, defensively, you need an edge. You've got to think about looking at an edge. So maybe you're looking in maybe the free agency or the draft for an edge. Defensive line, a linebacker, an inside linebacker to help in the trenches with an edge and defensive line. Then offensive tackle, I think again a bit of more protection for Jalen Hurts wouldn't hurt. And tight end, I think again another weapon at tight end would be fantastic to really build on this. But it's been a good season it's been a really good season for the Eagles. They went 14-3. They only lost 3 games all season. So again, they had a bit of a slow start to the season. A lot of people were calling for Sirianni's head, but he delivered, man. You got and this goes to Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman, he got the head coach right. Nick Sirianni in 2019, he got the quarterback right. He built around the young quarterback, not just with the weapons, but the offensive line was addressed. This is how you build, and this is how an NFL team should be functioning. Like you have a quarterback, you have the right quarterback. Well, first you have the right GM, then you have the right quarterback, then you have the right weapons around said quarterback. Then you have the trenches offensive line addressed. And even when you have the big offense like Jason Kelce and Fletcher Cox,